All right, here we go. This is WebAssign 6, number 5A, and we have a unit circle, and we have a triangle at the tangent point and at the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So this one took me a little while to figure out, so I'm going to help you out here. The slope of the radial line right here is y over x, or sine t over cosine t. And that means if the radial slope is sine over cosine, the slope of the tangent, or the derivative, has to be the opposite reciprocal, negative cosine t over sine t. So please slow the video down and pause or stop when you need to. So the tangent point is at cosine t sine t, and the slope, or the derivative, of the tangent, negative cosine t over sine t. So that gives us enough to write the equation. We've got the slope and we have a point. So using point slope form, we have y minus sine t equals the derivative, negative cosine t over sine t times x minus cosine t. If we do our distributive property, we can take away those parentheses and we're left with sine t plus cosine squared t over sine t minus x times cosine t over sine t. So there is the equation. So if we have the equation of that tangent line right here, and we want to figure out the area of the triangle, it'd be nice to know these points, wouldn't it? The x-intercept and the y-intercept. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the y equal to 0 and the x equal to 0. And we'll see what happens here. So we'll start with the x-intercept. So we're setting our y value equal to 0. And then what we're going to do is move our x term over here by adding it to this side. And that leaves us with the sine t plus cosine squared t over sine t. Now to get x by itself, we multiply by the reciprocal sine t over cosine t on both sides, sine t over cosine t. And that's going to leave us with an x on that side. And we have a sine squared t over cosine t plus a cosine t. Now what we did here was a little tricky. It's nice to know, to think about the unit circle and the fact that sine squared plus cosine squared is going to equal 1. Because it's the unit circle, it's Pythagorean theorem, we have to have cosine squared plus sine squared equal to our radius of 1. So knowing that fact, what we can do here is change our cosine t to cosine squared over cosine. So what we're doing is just multiplying the top and the bottom by cosine. And now look at the top of these two fractions. We have sine squared t plus cosine squared t, which equals 1. So our x-intercept is at 1 over cosine t. So right there, this distance here is 1 over cosine t. Okay, that was interesting. Let's try to do the same thing with the y-intercept now. I think it's going to be a few less steps. We're going to set x equal to 0. So that leaves us with our equation of, so this is our tangent equation, but we're putting a 0 in for the x part right there. We have sine t plus cosine squared over sine t. Now we're going to do that same little trick here. We're going to multiply the sine on the top and the bottom of this term. So we're going to change this fraction to sine squared t over sine t, so that our top is that Pythagorean theorem trig identity, sine squared t plus cosine squared t equals 1. So we have 1 with a common denominator of sine t. All right, so we have our x-intercept at 1 over cosine t. We have our y-intercept at 1 over sine t. And so what's the area of our triangle? It would be 1 over sine t times 1 over cosine t times 1/2, because it's a triangle. So that's how we arrived at our area, or a of t function, 1/2 1 over cosine t times 1 over sine t. Lots of steps there. That was a challenging one. And you're going to use this. Remember, this is number 5a. So use this to answer your limit questions and the other questions on number 5. All right, good luck. Come see me if you have questions. Enjoy your day, and thanks for tuning in.